Hello beautiful people, I'm Desiree and welcome to my Inspired Human channel. In this video I'm going to talk about your authentic self and your egoic self and how to tell the difference, so stay tuned. So as you're going through this journey of finding your authentic self, you're going to have to understand the relationship between your authentic self and your egoic self. Now, I kind of like to look at it this way. This is like your ego and this is like your authentic self. So as your ego begins to take a back seat, your authentic self will begin to take, the front seat. Now, before this ego can completely diminish, is you'll kind of notice that's like this, right? It'll be like this. Sometimes your ego will fight and want to be, center stage, and your authentic self will take the back seat. But eventually, as you continue on this path, more and more of your authentic self will begin to emerge as your egoic side takes the back seat, and then eventually it'll just like crumble within itself, and then you have nothing but your true self left. So as you're going through this process though of this kind of push and pull internally, also notice that your emotions are going to go like this, right? So you're going to have high points and you're going to have low points, and that's okay during this process. There's nothing wrong with you. Just understand that this is how it goes, and eventually it'll come into like a homeostasis, and it'll be like equilibrium, and it will even out. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're on this journey. So as you're on this journey, some things that you need to look for to help you identify whether or not it's your authentic self or your egoic self are as follows. So first, understand that your egoic self loves pain and suffering. As a matter of fact, all pain and suffering stem from your egoic self. It stems from identity and attachment. However, your authentic self loves peace and healing, and there are thousands of ways and thousands of healers and many different techniques that you can use to heal yourself, so don't get discouraged. So next, understand that your ego loves self-denial. It loves looking at all of those bad parts and saying, that's not me. But your authentic self looks at those bad parts and welcomes it with love. It takes it in and it embraces it. It accepts all parts of itself. Next on the list is social intolerance. The ego loves social intolerance. It loves looking at social situations and saying, nope, you are wrong, I am right. The authentic self has plenty of social tolerance. It's able to look at the world and say, wow, you have one perspective and you have another perspective, and that's okay. Next on the list is the ego loves to do. It loves to do things, and it loves being distracted. It loves to look in the outside world to keep it busy. But your authentic self likes just being in the here and the now, right? It likes being in the present moment because that's all we have, right? So next, understand that your ego loves jealousy. It loves looking at somebody else with such envious eyes. But your authentic self loves co-happiness. Your authentic self can look at somebody else and say, you know what, way to go, good for them, they deserve it. So your ego loves to blame, and it loves to hold on to resentments. It likes to play victim and think that everybody else or something else is the source of their problem. But your authentic self is grateful. It is grateful for the very breath, every breath that you're breathing. Every single moment in life is perfect. Your authentic self knows that everything is perfect and all is well. And it understands that nothing outside of yourself can cause you misery or pain. Your ego loves to complain. It loves to complain, and nag. But your authentic self understands internal happiness, right? It understands the internal happiness and spreads joy. Also understand that the ego loves to give away its power. It loves to give its power away to dogmatic beliefs, to societal conditioning, and everything of the alike. But your authentic self trusts themselves, right? Your authentic self, you trust yourself, you stand firm with yourself, you know what you believe in, and it's confident. You don't need to have somebody else tell you what to believe in. You already know it. That's your authentic self. And then finally, the ego takes life way too seriously, right? It has to be this way and only this way. But your authentic self loves life. Life is a gift, and it should be cherished and enjoyed in every single moment. So that's it, guys. If you can think of any more ways to distinguish between your authentic self or your soul and your egoic self, make sure you comment down below. Also hit that like button. It's very much appreciative. And if you're looking for more art and inspiration, or you want to follow my blog, go to DesireeClements.com. That's my website. It's a really cool place. You won't be disappointed. I guarantee that. So until next time, guys, mwah, bye.